if you like to have some blocks, the practice today is doesn't require a prop. We're gonna focus on leg power,
Okay, great.
and we'll start standing. I'm in a different place because I have a very old dog, and she's having a really, hey, good morning. I have a really old dog, and she won't get up this morning. So I wanted to be upstairs, so I was on the same level she is.
Uh,
She just won't get up.
oh,
So I don't know.
oh,
Maybe might be sick, right?
But yeah, I just don't know. She's 15, so
Wow.
yeah.
Maybe she just needs to rest.
Exactly. So we're going with rest right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Here, I don't know if you can see my cats. They are sleeping all the time.
Oh, how old is yours?
They're very old. They're like well, one is 17 and one is 11. So
Oh, yeah.
so they need their rest.
Yes, nothing wrong with rest. We approve of rest. All right, so this is a leg focused day, and let's just go ahead and start standing. So maybe kind of land my feet under my hips, right, as opposed to like under my shoulders. So land my feet under my hips and just kind of almost do a sort of stepping thing, with the intention of just exploring your feet and seeing how your feet feel, if they feel the same or if they feel different. And then both feet can come down. And so you really want to have that feeling of kind of connect, sort of feel the outer edge of your foot, and then feel your big toe and your arch. And everybody's got a different arch. Mine are quite fallen. Some people have high arches. So whatever your arch is, and then feel the heel really connected. So you feel really connected. And then I'm gonna turn to the side so this is clear. I'm gonna rock forward and lift my heels, and then I'm gonna land my heels and rock back and lift so it's like I'm just like rocking from one end of my foot to the other. Does that make sense? So just like this little rocking motion. And my core is long. I'm lifted up above this. And a lot of the practice today, when we're so focused on the legs, it invites the core to draw in and up and be really stable. So often we'll be conscious of that there's no movement in the upper body and the movement is solely in the lower body. So there's core strengthening that occurs because of that request for stillness. A couple more like this. All right, maybe march it out a little bit, just kind of release the feet and everything. All right, so let's actually heel toe out to a wider stance. So maybe your feet are under your shoulders, maybe they're a little bit wider, wherever you're comfortable for a little bit of squatting. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna so my arms are gonna swing. So I'm gonna sort of swing and squat down, and I'm gonna look down, and then when and then I'm gonna come up and look up. So I'm gonna sort of look down and look up. So there's a little bit of neck movement there, nice and gentle, nothing that don't go any further than is comfortable for you. And using your breath. So just kind of like soft little knee bends. Just starting to warm everything up. one more like this. And then let the arms come down and heel toe back in. And let's just we're gonna step laterally. So I'm just going to just sort of step out and lunge in this direction and step back in and step out and lunge in this direction. And I do turn my foot out a little bit and my knee just kind of goes towards my toes and comes back. Still very much just sort of warming up and communicating with all the muscles in the legs. A couple more like this. Great, come back in. So once again, I really need to be very tall because I'm going to start to be more dependent on putting weight in one leg versus the other leg. And I am going to trade off. So what I want to do is I'm nice and tall, and so I can inhale here, and then exhale, I'm just going to tap my right toe in front and come back, and then my left foot. So I'm just alternating these front toe taps. And just, so again, there's this movement in the legs, so there should be, the upper body does not betray any movement, right? If you just had a shot of my upper body, it shouldn't be, it's only moving because the lower part's moving. So just tapping front. It's a variation on tendu, which is something ballerinas do every single day to strengthen their legs. Couple more just in front. Great. And now, so we were taking the leg forward, which is a little bit of flexion. Now let's flex further by pulling the knee up. And I like to add the challenge of clapping under my knees. So stretch your arms up in the air. And I'm going to lift my knee up so I can clap underneath it. So it just kind of gives me a, I want it to be up so high that I can get underneath it. I fell over. So I just want to get up underneath it. Obviously a balance feature side to side. Good. So this is hip flexion, the femur pulling up to 90 degrees. One more. All right, now, so that's hip flexion. So hip extension is taking the femur back behind me, and forward I've got 90 degrees. Back behind me, I don't have very much. So let's just be nice and tall and organized, and we'll use the tapping to find it, right? So just stretch back and tap. Just stretch back as far as it wants to go, and come back. So you can feel how we basically have around 30 degrees of extension behind us. When we get higher in something like Warrior 3, it's because we're lowering the upper body down. That's breathing. Just feel the movement of the leg bone back behind you and back. Couple more. All right. So now let's get a little more serious and play with chair. So I do want to be hip width apart, right? So my feet are basically underneath my hips. Let's start in Anjali Mudra with my hands in front of my heart. And then I'll turn to the side to just say, I'm going to hinge at the hip. So I hinge at the hip, and maybe I just go down a little bit. Maybe I go down further. Maybe I go down further. Maybe I go all the way down to parallel, right? So you can pick where you want your chair to take you. and then land there. So the chest stays elevated. The core is engaged, drawing everything up and in. And just be here for a moment and just feel what you feel and just breathe. Shoulders can roll back. So essentially the shoulders are still stacked over my hips, even in this, right, similar to what they would be if I was standing up. And let's inhale together here. Let's take some twists. Let's exhale and turn to the right. Inhale back to center and exhale and turn to the left. And inhale back to center. Let's exhale, come up and out of it and shake it out. And then we'll sink back into a chair and get a little more active with some tapping. So let's go with Anjali Mudra. I feel like it stabilizes me, and sink down. Okay, good. So inhale here. Now we are going to tap side to side. So I'm staying at whatever level I establish for my chair is where I want to stay. And I'm just going to slide a leg out and back and slide a leg out and back, right? So I don't want to come up and down. I'm just sliding it out and back. And maybe it's close, maybe it's further, right? So I can decide, that's up to me. So now the leg bone is moving side to side in the hip joint. And see if you can keep your feet about, sometimes I come in a little closer, right? I'm trying to keep my feet at about the same distance that they started with. Good. Before these are good. Warming up. Let's have one more set. And come on up. Let's come to the front of our mat for a couple of sun cells. Actually, I'm just going to do them facing you. We're going to do 3 half sun cells. So nice and tall. Let's inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hip, forward fold. Everything drops all the way down. Head and neck are relaxed. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of my heart. We'll go ahead, inhale up. There'll be a little variation. Exhale, hinge forward. When you inhale for the half lift, go ahead and straighten your legs. So you get a little hamstring lengthening here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. And last one, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Let's straighten the legs on that half lift. Exhale, forward fold, a hinge, and then inhale and exhale. Hands in front of my heart. Great. I've already warmed up a little bit. So let's come to the front of our mat. We're going to take pyramid pose next. So let's inhale nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back and down as a starting point, and exhale. Inhale and grow taller, and then exhale and step your right leg back with the heel down and bend the front knee stacked over the ankle. And maybe you're lined up, or maybe you're on 2 railroad tracks. So whatever works best for you is great. And then let's inhale our arms up, and then exhale, take them back down behind me and clasp my hands, and be aware of how you're clasped, because you probably clasp as you normally clasp, because we're going to clasp opposite when we get the second side. So inhale, roll those shoulders back. When you exhale, you're going to bow forward and straighten your legs. So you're hinging at the hip to bow forward, and you're straightening your front leg, and you're going to go as low as you go, whatever's comfortable for you. And then it's almost like my shoulders help to pull me up. Great, good, and let's go again. So this is an exhale to bow forward into, this is pyramid pose down here. And then inhale up. And one more time, exhale. Inhale up. And then you can exhale just a step forward and maybe shake it out a little bit. Then inhale nice and tall, rolling your shoulders back and down. Exhale, step your left foot back, bending the right knee. And inhale the arms up and exhale. Now here, so clasp the regular way and then clasp the opposite way. There's like a weird way, less familiar way. All right, and then inhale, you're tall, your shoulders are drawing back. Exhale, you hinge forward and straighten the front leg. Inhale, come back up and rebend the knee, right? So exhale, coming forward, the knee straightens. Inhale, come up, the knee bends. And last time, take it forward. And then take it on up. Great. Inhale, relax the arms, and exhale, step me forward. Great. So let us, oh good. Let's inhale, nice and tall. And exhale. We'll take ourselves down to the ground. So let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge over into forward fold. Inhale, up, half lift. You can keep the knees bent. Exhale, forward fold. And take the knees back behind me and take me into all fours. So I'd like a long spine here. Move myself a hair. So I want a really long spine here. So kind of feel from the crown to the tail. My spine is really long. My hands are underneath my shoulders. If I had wrist difficulties, I could be on fists. My knees are underneath my hip. And we're going to do a bird dog with some extra work. So let us first have 3 regular bird dogs. So I'm going to inhale my left arm up and my right leg up in line with my body, and exhale and come back in. And then second side and come back in. So we'll just do 3 just like this. Here's the extra work. I want to stand up out of bird dogs. If you want to watch me for one, you certainly can. I'm going to inhale my left arm and my right leg. Then I'm going to put my left arm down, and I'm taking my right foot near my right hand, so it's underneath me, so that I can stand up as smoothly as I can. And then I'm going to go back down and finish there so I can go again. Okay. And I'm going to take a pause to say, we'll do it like that. And then the extra work is going to be to see if I can, when I stand up, can I lift my left knee up so I'm just standing on the right leg. So that's the extra work. But let's do one regular one where I just stand without that. So organize, nice long spine. Inhale, left arm, right leg, put the left hand down, take your right foot around and just stand up as smoothly as you can. And then as smoothly as you can, come back down and finish the bird dog position. And then let's go again. This time I'm going to try to lift my left knee. So I'm going to step my right foot. When I come up, I'm going to try to lift my left knee. And I'm going to go back down. So let's try that one more time. So hand down, foot, come up, see if I can lift the left knee. And come back down. Great, and just finish it up. And then come in and just shake everything out. All right, good. And actually, slide back to a child's pose. Let's have a complete break. Slide back to a child's pose and breathe here. So this is a really fun one. It's a fun one to just to essentially seek smoothness as you develop it, and feel kind of that combined power of your legs and your core. When you're ready, come back up so we can look at the second side. So long spine, shoulders draw back towards the hips. Let's inhale, left leg up, right arm up. Step the right hand down. We're gonna just stand without ceremony first. I'm gonna take my left foot around and just stand as smoothly as I can. And come back down and finish in a bird dog. And then we'll go, this time we're gonna try to lift the right knee. If you see me wobbly, it's this is my weaker side, but it's my weaker but developing side. Oh, that wasn't bad today. I'm working on an injury on the left ankle. And one more time. Oh, good. Happy with self. And and go ahead and slide back to child's pose again, but this time take your hands, arms behind you. You can clasp the ordinary way. Lift your arms up, roll your shoulders back, and just kind of get a nice chest and shoulder stretch inside your child's pose. Beautiful. So from here, without much ceremony, let's just slide forward prone. So I'm just sliding forward prone, and my hands are underneath my shoulders. My forehead's on the mat, my toes are untucked. And let's take Cobra first. So I want you to feel how your hips are really anchored on the mat and your legs are anchored, hugging the midline. So draw them into the midline underneath you and just sort of feel the strength of the lower body to support your Cobra. So I'm going to inhale up as high as I want to come. Maybe I'm lower, maybe I'm higher. Elbows hug in and just feel the support of the base underneath you. And exhale down, a couple more like that. Shoulders roll back towards the hips. And exhale down. Great. Now you can make a little pillow for your forehead with both hands. And I'm going to turn around because I want you to be able to see what my legs are doing. Right, great. So there we are. Hopefully you can hear me. So what I want to do is this. I'm going to, so first have your legs hug the midline. So you feel that. You feel a little core engagement there, glute engagement there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my right leg up. I'm going to take it out externally to the side. I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to slide it in. And then I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to slide it out, lift it up, in and down. And then same thing with my left leg. So I'm up, I'm out, I'm down, slide in, slide out, lift it up, take it in and down. So let's keep alternating that 2 more times. So right up and out and down and in, out on the floor, up and centered and down, left up and out and down, slide in, slide out and lift and in and down. So one more time, right side. One more time, left side. Great, and rest for a moment, maybe wiggle things around. And now let's just do, we'll do both legs together for the next 3, okay? So everything's up, everything's out, everything's down, slide together. Slide out, lift, draw together, drop down. Keep that going. One more time. Beautiful. So let us from here work our way up to a downward facing dog. So my hands are underneath my shoulders and I'm going to push up through plank, or I can push up through all fours or some variation of the above, whatever my strength allows me to do, and come up into a downward facing dog. And because this is the first one, go ahead and cuddle your dog. Feel that your weight is even in your arms and in your legs. Head and neck are super relaxed. Hips are lifting way up behind you and your chest is melting towards your thighs. And after you've pedaled for a bit,
cease your pedaling and your heels end up wherever they end up. It really has to do with the length of your Achilles. Mine can drop down to the floor, but you don't want to force that, right? So just sort of be where your heels are comfortable. Let's have a deep inhale here. And exhale. Great. So now let's inhale our right leg up in the air and exhale and step it forward. And then I'm going to inhale, keep on the ball of my left foot. If that works for me, I can put the heel down if I need more stability. Let's inhale all the way up, high crescent lunge. So the front knee is bent, stacked over the ankle. And so I'm on the ball of my foot, right? Put the heel down if I just need that extra support of being in warrior one. Let's catch up to inhale together. Then I'm going to exhale and I'm going to bow, reaching with my arms forward. I'm bowing. It's a flat back, takes me down near my thigh. And then inhale back up. Exhale to bow forward and inhale up. Exhale bow forward and inhale up. The next one, I'm going to take it into a revolve. So exhale and bow forward. Then I'm going to rotate my shoulders and my rib cage towards the thigh and open up to the side of the room. And then inhale back and all the way up. And then exhale, put my hands on the ground. And inhale and step back to downward facing dog. And open my mouth and exhale. Inhale my left leg up. Step my left foot forward. Staying on the ball of the right foot unless I need to drop that heel. Inhale all the way up. Front knee is stacked over my ankle. Exhale, bow me forward, reaching. Inhale up, feel what you feel. Inhale. Exhale. And take ourselves into the revolve pose. I'm looking away now. And then inhale all the way up. And exhale, my hands come down. And inhale, step me back to downward facing dog. Oh, great. So let's keep going with, we're going to add on to a longer standing series. But we're going to do it in and out of downward facing dog. And so there'll be the opportunity to add a vinyasa if you'd like to, but it also can be skipped. So I'll make that clear when we're there. So let's inhale together and exhale. Let's inhale our left leg up. Exhale, step our left foot forward. And this time land your right heel down. And then inhale up into warrior one. So you're facing the front of your mat. And then exhale and open up and turn your shoulders open to warrior two. I know my hand is off screen, but that's okay. Your hips are comfortably wherever your hips are. I have clients that would be way more opened over here, other clients that would be more closed over here. So just kind of be where, so this is about where it is for me, right? So settle where it is for you. But my whole torso, right? I can separate that, can open to the long edge of my mat. So inhale, look out over your front. And exhale. Right. Now, I want to add the challenge of lifting the front heel. So for my body, I need to come in because this is my weaker leg. So let's inhale here. And when you exhale, see if you can lift the heel off the ground. This is a work in progress for me, so it's not very high. You'll see the other side's higher, but that's okay. So lift it off the ground and be here. Inhale, keep it lifted and exhale into reverse warrior. So take the upper body movement and keep the heel up. Then inhale your arms up and put the heel down and exhale over into side angle. And now I'm going to invite you into triangle from side angle. So a little unusual. So inhale here and then exhale and straighten that leg and you're in triangle. And then inhale back up and take yourself back into side angle. And then inhale all the way up and exhale to reverse. Inhale, arms up, turn to the front of the mat. So you can exhale, put your hands down. So here's where you have a choice. You can step back to down dog, or you can step back to a plank and take yourself through a vinyasa if you'd like that, but that is a completely optional thing. Everybody's gonna meet up in down dog. Let's inhale our right leg up, exhale, step our right foot forward, land that left foot down, and inhale first into warrior one, facing the front of my mat. And then exhale, open the torso up to the long edge of my mat. And looking out over my front hand, let's inhale here. And exhale. And then let's inhale. Then when I exhale, lift the front heel off the ground and breathe here. Feel this, what this does. And then when I exhale, reverse my warrior with the heel up. Great, and then inhale, arms up. I can put the heel down and exhale over into side angle. So really open to the back, long edge of my mat. And then inhale here and exhale and switch it to triangle. And then inhale up and exhale back into side angle. And then inhale all the way up and exhale for reverse warrior. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands on the ground, so I can take a vinyasa float if I'd like it, or I can just step right back to down dog if I prefer that. And inhale when we get there. And exhale. Let's inhale our right leg up. Exhale, step it forward, land the left leg down. Inhale into warrior one first, and then this is gonna be a little bit tricky because I'm gonna exhale right into reverse warrior and lift the heel in that motion. So let's catch up and inhale together here. And then I'm gonna exhale and take myself back into reverse warrior and lift the heel. Inhale, arms up. Let's keep the heel up when I exhale over into side angle. Keep the heel there as I inhale and exhale into triangle. A little weird. And then inhale, exhale back into side angle. And inhale up and exhale into reverse. And then inhale my arms up. Now I can put the heel down. And I'm going to turn completely around because I want to take us into funky chair next. So you can move around as much as you need to move around. So we're going to do funky chair on my right foot. So funky chair is the following. Put your hands in Anjali Mudra. You might have done this before. Sit into chair pose wherever you want, as low or high as you want to be. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to take my left ankle and put it on my right knee. And there's funky chair. And I'm going to try to balance like that. So this is really externally rotated. Oops, I almost fell over. Really kind of draw in your glutes, draw up your core. Whew, I got to regroup. I'm having trouble today. So really engage your core, engage your glutes, lift your chest, draw your shoulders back. All right, I love this one because you can feel so unstable in a fun way. And then let's regroup, step yourself back in so you can finish up exhaling into a reverse warrior. And then inhale, arms up, take them down. So once again, I can do a vinyasa or I can just end up in down dog, whatever I like to do is fine here. Inhale. Exhale. So now I'm going to inhale my left leg up, step my left foot forward, land the right down, inhale all the way up. I'm facing the short edge first, and then I'm going to lift the heel as I exhale into reverse warrior. On screen. And then inhale up, keep that heel up as I exhale over into my side angle. And then inhale to transition, keep it, straighten the leg as I keep up, so that's impossible for me at the moment, but into triangle. And then back, inhale up and exhale into my side angle, heels up if I can. And then inhale up and exhale into reverse with the heel up. And then inhaling with the heel down and regroup everything. So now we're gonna balance on the left leg, which is harder for moi, but that's okay. So everything's gonna draw up and in as I sink into my chair. I'm gonna take my right ankle and put it on my left knee. And just be there. And breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe. I'm a little bit better than I thought I would. Okay, step and let's step into one more reverse warrior. So my left leg's in front. Just one more reverse warrior. And then inhale and just step out of it. Let's just stay up and change everything. Just relax everything. So since it's leg day, I would like to bring big toe pose. I actually don't know what it is in I need to learn it in Sanskrit. So big toe pose is, and I'll do my stronger side first, is this. I'm gonna stand on my right leg. I'm gonna lift up my left and grab my toe and stretch out, and that's big toe pose, okay? So it's nice to be near a wall or near a chair or near something if I've got any difficulties, which I will on the left side. So let's start on the right. So nice and tall, draw everything up and in. So you're just like as solid as you would be if you were in plank, right? So think of it that way. And then bring the knee up and grab the toe. And then see if you can get that leg out. However far you can get it out is good. And then I try to lift the other arm. I'm having one of those days where balance isn't great on any side, either side. So in an ideal world, I want to reach like that. Feels really good. All right, bring it in and bring it down and shake out. We'll do it twice on so we can get into it and feel it. All right, good. So getting ready for the left side. Need to turn a little bit to make sure I've got something that will aid me. So pulling up the right leg, grabbing that toe, hugging onto that toe, and then stretch it out. And then if I can, I'm reaching the left arm, if I can. Oh, moment there. So really draw. So the whole body is almost like wants to feel like I'm in a plank. All right, let's change the channel. We'll go back to the right side. So really just standing tall, just feel like you've just put yourself into a plank. And then draw up and see what you got. I am not very stable today. Sometimes it bees like that. It's get ready for the left side. So again, body comes into plank mode. Right knee comes up, grab the toe, and then stretch it out and then see if I can take my left arm up too. Gorgeous. Come out of that. Oh, so beautiful. All right, we good? Let's come down on the ground. We got some stuff to do on the ground too. So let us come to the front of our mat. Let's inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold, inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold, and then just take your knees underneath you and turn around. And let's start off in Dandasana. So my legs are stretched. I'm sitting up nice and tall on my sits bones. And I'm gonna reach my fingers and lengthen my fingers and lengthen my toes, point my toes, and then flex both. So releasing any tension we accrued in the ankles and the wrists. All right, I'm gonna do two more things. So the result of this might be a slightly shorter Savasana, but I think that's okay. So my left leg is just comfortably down. It could be wherever it's comfortable for me. And I just want to grab onto my right leg and have it be available for movement here, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten it and lower it. And if I need to do it lower, I can do it lower down. So do it where it suits you. So just straighten it. Sit up nice and tall against that movement, right? So I don't want to sloppy down. Couple more times. Okay, I'm here in that knee. All right, and I just change sides. So just the right leg's wherever it's comfortable for me. Grab under the left leg, and then we're gonna just straighten it. Come on down. So the next thing I want to do is a really powerful ankle strengthener that I was just diagnosed this because of what's going on with my left ankle. So I'm gonna do my right ankle first. So same position where you're just kind of stabilizing, because I don't want the knee to move at all. I just want the ankle to move. And I can try it with a flexed foot. See how this works. What I want to do is I need to draw the alphabet with my ankle. So just go letter by letter. You're just trying to draw the alphabet with your ankle and trying not to move your knee. Is this working? Nobody's saying anything. Hopefully it's working. Go nice and slowly. Sometimes I feel like my mobility with this gets a little bit better, sort of deeper into the alphabet. I start off a little stiffer and then I get a little looser. So you're gonna do the whole alphabet with the right heel first. Then you'll do the whole alphabet with the left heel next. I do, so even on this side, say the knee wants to help, so you've got to just keep trying to tell it not to help. Are you finished with the right? All right, well, whenever you're finished, maybe take your legs out and sort of relax the legs, both legs completely. And then get ready for the second side. I do think flexing the foot a little bit is helpful. And then start your alphabet with the left leg. Again, trying to talk the ankle into doing the work. So try to stabilize the knee so it doesn't volunteer. Sometimes I forget the alphabet in the middle of it. I don't speak the alphabet because I figure everybody's kind of at their own pace. Okay, when you're done with that, let us invite ourselves to come supine for the first time in our practice. And hug your knees in to your chest, rock your sacrum. And then let's put the feet lower down on, and I want to feel the edge of each mat underneath my feet. And I'm going to windshield wiper my knees. So drop my knees from side to side. And I always say that this is a really good one for relaxing the core after the core work, which we certainly did today. But it's also just sort of feel like you're just flouncing your legs. So see if you can feel like you're relaxing your legs too while you do this. One more time to the left, and then bring your knees in so your feet are underneath you. And we're going to do our spinal twist today with using reclined pigeons. So let us begin by taking our left ankle and putting it on our right knee and externally rotating the left leg. Thread the needle, take my hands underneath my right thigh and pull it in towards me. And maybe my left elbow helps to keep my left knee externally rotated. So maybe I sort of put the elbow into the knee. Let's breathe here. And just notice and feel what you feel in the hip structure and in the legs. Find ourselves into a spinal twist. So I've got this left foot available. I'm going to just drop it on the floor, and whatever happens to my knees and my hips happens. And then I can hold on to this ankle with my right hand. And then I'm going to take my left arm and open it up and tee it out the other side and turn my head and look out over my left hand and breathe here. So we've completed the spinal twist. We'll breathe here. So come back to center. We'll get ready for the second side. Right ankle on left knee. Thread the needle, pull that in. Maybe my right elbow helps to externally rotate my right knee. And I'm going to breathe here. Just notice what I feel. It may feel slightly different than the first side. Everybody's different side to side. I would say that we are asymmetrically symmetrical, or symmetrical asymmetrically. Beautiful. So I want to get ready to drop this right foot on the ground. Let whatever happens to my legs happen. Tee out my right arm and look out over my right hand and breathe here. I can hold on to my left ankle with my my right ankle with my left hand. Breathe here. Back out of that. And we will invite ourselves. Oh, let's take some happy babies. So feet in hand and just this little kicking motion. I've learned recently that happy baby is good for so many things, but it is actually specifically helps to stretch your pelvic floor. And that's something that we often work on strengthening, but we don't often figure out how to lengthen or relax it. And so this is really nice for the pelvic floor. Again, especially nice after a strong core practice. Great. And then when you're ready, let's lengthen our legs for an abbreviated savasana so I don't keep everybody too late. Oh, not so bad. So let's lengthen out our legs, like arms maybe down by your side, palm up. Whatever position just feels like your shoulders drop down on the mat underneath you. Let's come into our breath and invite it to deepen. Feet are really relaxed here. Legs are relaxed wherever they feel comfortable. As you deepen your breath, hopefully it starts to come down into your lower belly. And I love when, after I've done a leg practice, to almost feel like when I inhale, I'm trying to inhale all the way down to my tippy toes and exhale all the way back up again. So just see if you can feel like you're flushing the whole body with air. On your inhalation, your exhalation. And then just notice your legs and notice what you feel in your legs. We talked through a little bit. It's interesting to me that the thigh region parallels the upper arm. They're similar in the sense that I have quadriceps on the front and hamstrings on the back. Just like in my arms, I have biceps at the front and triceps at the back. The quadriceps are 4 bands, and 3 of them are just in the thigh region, and 1 of the bands comes into my hip, rectus femoris. And then on the back side, there's 3 bands, which are my hamstrings, and my hamstrings start below my knee and go all the way up to my glutes. My quadriceps just go down to the knee. They don't go beyond the knee, they go right to the patella. But the lower leg, just like the lower arm, is actually very complex. There's 5 or 6 different muscles down there. So there's tibialis anterior and posterior, 2 different things. Soleus, gastrocnemius, papilia, and then of course there's the Achilles. And I could be forgetting something. There's so many muscles down there. And it's partly because we've got toes, right? Fingers and toes. So the muscles are probably going right down to sort of instruct those toes, right? So that's why it's so complex. So just be in your breath and just noticing your legs and how they feel. And I will be still for a few moments and we can just breathe and enjoy our relaxation. and toes, and just really just stick to the wiggling of the fingers and the toes, and see if you can notice any feelings into the muscles that go up into the lower leg or the lower arm. And then get into some ankle and some wrist movement. And then go ahead and stretch everything. Since you've got a couple of choices, you certainly can roll to your side if you prefer, or if you like, you can just simply rock yourself up to invite yourself into a nice tall seat. So I'm in easy seat, or I can take my legs out if I prefer, whatever's comfortable for me to sit. Comfort is the most important thing. And shoulders are stacked over my hips. And my palms are on my knees, either palm down or palm up, whatever I prefer there. Let's have some final breaths together. So I'm going to inhale through my nostrils. And then I'm going to open my mouth and sigh it out. And I want to feel like I'm sighing all the way down into my legs. Inhale. Sigh it out. Thank you for joining me for this leg focused practice today. Right, so next week I'm going to change the attention to I was talking about it today. I'm going to come into kind of forearm and grip strength. I've been reading a lot about grip strength recently and the importance of grip strength. So we're going to have, it's a little bit of an unusual focus for yoga, but there's lots of yoga stuff we can do that is related. So
Always good